This is Aaron. Aaron's from Carpentier, and so when I went out to the Rents and Nao experience, and wandered around their beautiful gardens out there, I found them as a supplier out there. So a lot of their materials is very innovative. It goes through a thermo process. What you're looking at there is thermo bamboo. So it comes in a decking and a cladding, very dense, very heavy, and they kindly supplied all the garden at the back there. So where the bar is, you've got all the decking, which is the bamboo, and all the cladding is bamboo decking as well. So I'll let you introduce yourself, Aaron.
Okay, perfect. I'm Aaron from Carpentier. We're from Belgium, West Flanders, and we're a family-run business doing business in timber cladding, timber decking, timber sunshade solutions, also timber frame construction, everything around timber, but with a focus on ecology, design and innovation. So for example, for the cladding and decking, we only use species that are PEFC and FSC certified and that are thermally treated. So we have thermo ash, thermo oak, thermo pine, clear pine and bamboo. And it gets a thermally modification, so it's the same durability like tropical hardwoods. It has also durability class 1. And another advantage is that we also can give warranty on the timber. So it goes up from 15 years warranty for the pine up to 25 years warranty for the oak and akoya. And we also supply it with a quick lip system. So that's the aluminium system you see here. So it's a system that ensures invisible fixings, and it's also circular. So with special keys you can dismantle the whole system and replace it to another place or reuse it somewhere else. Of course, the system brings an extra cost for the materials, but the installation goes way faster. So we can reduce the installation cost by 50%.
I was just going to ask about the origins of Carpentier, because I know you said you're a family business.
Correct.
But am I right in saying that it was founded by Willie Carpentier, 1958, who
Yes.
used to make wooden pegs?
Correct.
Which
Well done, Emma.
Thank you.
You have read our website.
I have. Can you tell us about that then? So how it started and how it came to be what it is now, and how you all sort of came to be specialists, and you have a real focus on craftsmanship as well, don't you?
Yeah, correct. So let's say we are now 70 years old, the company. And let's say in the first 50 years, the main focus was really on the traditional timber, so beams, square edged, winy edged, but also flooring. We were doing also a lot of export to China, Asia, but around 2008, when the crisis hit in, the current board of directors took over. And they changed the whole strategy of the company. So at that point they stopped with selling tropical hardwoods and started as one of the first companies in Europe to only sell FSC and PEFC certified timber. And besides that, they also try to focus on new products and innovation. So that's why we started with the quick lip system. And we also developed other things like sunshades, fences, garden gates, and also the timber frame construction.
So how do you ensure that when you source your wood, you're sourcing it as sustainably as it can possibly be?
Yeah, so the timber gets treated in Scandinavia. It goes in very special big vacuum kilns, and from them we buy the raw material. So the thermally modified timber gets to us, and then we do the planing and adding the groove for the quick lip system. And the whole process that is done in Scandinavia is completely run on renewable energy. So that's one thing. The timber comes also from PEFC and FSC certified forests, and the production of our quick clip system is also, let's say, 90% complete, run on renewable energy. So that's how we try to focus on ecology.
And am I right in saying that you do like the processing, all the finishing and everything yourselves
Yeah.
at Carpentier? So why is it that you've got such a huge focus on the craftsmanship and finding good craftspeople?
Because it's important. We focus on quality, on ecology, and on innovation, and that's why we want to offer the complete package. So you can buy the standard products, but like you said, we also offer the finishes on the timber, like oiling or staining, brushing. We can do the charred finish on the timber, and everything is done in our workshop in Belgium and West Flanders.
And for those that don't know, the thermo treating process of the timber. So what does that actually do to the structure of the wood for it to have that long lifespan, like you don't get in your normal UC4? What does it do to the cells and the structure of the timber?
It's a very technical process. So it goes for 6 to 8 hours in the special designed kilns, where the kilns are at a degree of 220 normally. So during that process, the humidity in the timber goes to zero, and in the last hour, they add a little bit of humidity. So let's say the humidity in the timber at the end when it comes out of the ovens or kilns is like 2 or 3%, and that design process ensures that it becomes really hard. Yeah, like the same as tropical hardwood. But due to the process, they also can guarantee the quality of the timber, so you don't have cracking of the boards. You don't have how we say it. It's
Mold and
yeah,
stuff growing on it.
correct. So it's a process from Scandinavia that is designed 30 years ago, and yeah, now it's getting more and more important because a lot of timber like cedar and other tropical hardwoods are on the CITES list, and from here and 5 years it will be getting more and more difficult to get access to those species. So you will see a change in use to more the thermally modified timber.
Because before I met you, there's a lot of thermo ash on the market, isn't there? But I think you was the only one I've really come across over the years that do all the different species of woods, so bamboo, oak, acacia, which is what I love when I started research when I got home. But what I also really like about your deck board is that curved board. What is why do you curve the board?
It reduces the slipping for the decking, but also when you have a bolt board, the water never sits on the timber, and that's in the long term that's better for the timber.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I really like the product is because a lot of people are put off your timber decking because it's like an ice rink in the winter, and they opt for a composite. So if you want a more natural product for a decking, it's a perfect material because it's produced in a way that it's slip resistant. So yeah, it's brilliant.
Mhm. Another thing is, besides the timber species we offer, you have also a lot of other thermally modified timber, but we only offer the timber species where we know the quality is 100% perfect. We used to sell in the past also Cabony and Thermo Iroko, but the quality is not what the supplier tells you. So yeah. That's the reason why we don't offer all the thermo-modified species.
Yeah, and I guess that's just been built out of experience of trialing and testing and
Yeah.
understanding different species of wood.
That's also the reason why we buy the raw material in Scandinavia, because nowadays you have also manufacturers of thermo-modified timber in Turkey. But that's it's cheaper, but the quality is also not that
Downgraded.
good. Yeah.
Because we've got your quick clip system on the wall with the cladding, and like you were saying, it's once you get that quick clip system up there, it's I think we clipped all that in within half an hour.
Hmm.
It was super quick. With the decking, because you got Millboard doing like the Durospan subframe, and where's Jake? Is there? Look. Could you use that? So what does that sit on? Does it sit on a concrete base? What does the
Yes.
rail sit on?
So you just need a good structure, a solid structure. That was the word I was searching for. That can be concrete or a stabilized sand or a metal frame, whatever. And then you just install the aluminium rails. It needs to be installed every 60 centimeters. And once everything is aligned, you can just cut the boards and pop, pop, pop. It goes really fast. We also offer the decking risers. Also for the when you have a higher level of the decking, we also supply that's called the top clip to make the vertical boards
Like a fascia.
for the steps. Yes. So it's not only the aluminium system we supply, but also all the other accessoires. To make it complete.
And so where does Carpentier? Because it sounds like, you've been going 70 years. And I don't know if how much more room have you got to innovate and grow, and where do you see the market going in terms of timber and natural products on that side?
We are putting more and more effort on export. So for us, the UK market is really a market where we want to grow further, because it used to be a big market for us for the traditional products. It still is, but at a lower budget turnover. But now we really want to focus on the cladding and decking, because this is something in the UK that isn't supplied yet by any others. So we have done research on the market, and we are the only company offering such a system and range and quality also.
I just wanted to ask, do you have a lot of waste wood? And if so, what do you do with it?
So no. With the system, you reduce also the cutting loss. And beside that, all the cutting loss we have in our company is used as hand samples for our clients. For example, when we do the CNC processing of the beams for our timber frame structure, everything is covered in a container, and that is used to turn on the ovens for the heat in the company.
And have you, I don't know what the answer is, but have you found that climate change has affected your sourcing of wood?
No, but something that had an impact on our business was the war in Ukraine and with Russia, because a lot of the thermo ash or the ash is sourced mainly in Ukraine. That was also the point when we started to sell thermo modified oak, because the color is quite the same. You won't recognize the difference. And our supplier has already done testing like 7 years, and it has higher durability than ash. So that's one point. And another point is we see our turnover growing and growing, because more and more governments want to focus on ecology. So all the projects, the building projects, are getting restrictions to use PEFC or FSC thermo modified timber, and other things. So it has a positive impact on our business.
Does the thermo treating actually change like the colour of the wood, or is it just the structure and the cells of the wood?
Yeah, so in fact, ash, when it's sourced, it's the same color as oak. But when it comes from out of the kilns, it's very brown, dark brown, the same like oak. And it withers. So after, let's say, 8 to 10 months, it's light gray. Um, um, Something we offer also on the thermal ash is that we can deliver it pre-grade. So when you install it, it's already light gray, natural gray. That's something you can use when you have like a patio when you have the cladding on the facades and then the ceiling. The ceiling doesn't get sunlight, and then you could install the thermo ash pre-grade to have a uniform color. But normally all the timber that gets the thermal modification gets darker. Yeah.
So on the questions I get asked quite a lot on the bamboo decking is that how is that produced? Because it's very heavy and very dense,
Mhm.
and it almost like it has some sort of like resin to it, or what is in that material is to get it into a deck board?
So it's bamboo. They cut the bamboo and then they peel it. After they peel it, they press it in a board, and then it goes into the kiln to get the modification.
One that gives it that brown sort
Yeah.
of really.
And that's also the reason why it's quite heavy.
Yeah, amazing.
Maybe also an important thing on the lengths. So for bamboo, for now the lengths are limited to 1 meter 85 centimeters. But normally from March 2024 we will be able to offer longer lengths. For the other timber species, the lengths start at 1.5 meters and go up to 3.6 meters.
And what lengths will be coming of the bamboo? Are they more your standard sort of lengths? Your 2.4, your 3.6 meters, 4/8. How
So
big will they get?
on the bamboo, we only offer the 1.85 meters, but on the ash, oak, pine, clear pine, it starts from 1.5 and then it goes up every 30 centimeters. So 1.5, 1.8, 2.1 meter, up to 3.6.
Amazing.
We are able to offer also longer lengths than 3.6 meters, but then it's finger jointed.
And in terms of like your strategy into the UK, so I know you do a lot of big commercial projects direct, don't you? So you've worked with Rolls-Royce and big companies like that. So getting it into our level, what is your sort of strategy in the UK? Is it similar to Sem3, working with selected partners like ourselves that are promoting the products and displaying the products?
Yeah, for the outdoor projects like decking and cladding, we really are searching for partners like Corker, because Corker is quite close to the installers, and our story and our system needs to be explained to the installers so they understand the complete package, because indeed our products are more expensive, but if you see the whole package in the end, it's really a competitive product when you compare it to the traditional timber. So yeah, we are searching for more dealers like Corker, and hopefully from next year we will also open a showroom in London to attract also more architects. That takes a lot of time to visit all the architects, but once they are convinced, the projects are coming in, and yeah, we think we believe that that opening a showroom is maybe a next phase to yeah,
Build awareness.
Yeah.
So and in your catalogue, you do a separate catalogue that is solely focused around like pergolas and outbuildings, and you have a really smart technology and software that you show me that you can sort of like build all these structures.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you're looking to push into the UK? Because obviously since COVID and the remote working scene,
Mm-hmm.
that market's just been growing and growing and expanding.
It's something we are looking at, definitely for the timber frames construction. We see more and more in the UK that they are starting to build in a timber frame. But maybe for garden designers, we also have developed an application on the iPad where you can design your own garden room or pool house in like 10-15 minutes. So you can design a floor plan and you see immediately a 3D visualization of the building. You can add windows, you can select the finish of the walls. So yeah, that's definitely also something we want to push more here in the UK, because it's really unique also.
Brilliant. Has anyone got any questions?
with your application for the sort of pool houses and things, can you also design maybe like garden structures, so pergolas and things like that? That's so rather than, because I think a lot of those off the shelf products you can buy they're pretty standard sizes and they're a bit boring, but it's nice to be able to add different elements and can you get bigger spans? Because I think that's a big issue that we have a lot with the timber frame pergolas, is that you're having to fletch the beams and everything's a bit saggy. So I'm assuming these harder timber can withstand the spans.
Yes, correct. So bigger spans are possible. Even what we have done a project in Belgium, the coast side, where they wanted an overspan of 10 meters. And there we used a metal frame, but we covered it completely with thermo ash like slices. So if you don't know it, you won't see it. That's also an advantage we have because we are in the timber frame construction. We have our own engineers and design team. So for special projects, we can also work made on demand. So we design it, calculate it with our engineer, and then supply it as a building kit to the local installer.
So we tend to use quite a lot of hardwood products for deckings and claddings, and obviously using untreated, unthermally treated hardwoods, they tend to shrink and warp a lot. Does the thermal treating process sort of help or ease the movement of wood over time?
Yeah, so the big advantage is that the thermo-modified timber doesn't move. We have now, for example, a project in London where a special house of the London architect Amin Taha was designed with cedar cladding, but it was a house that gets a lot of sunlight and rain, and after 3 years the cedar was, I think you know the examples. So they have now done a test of 2 years with our thermomodified ash, and it's still the same. So it's also tested in Scandinavia and other countries. So it's better than the traditional hardwoods. Correct.
Perfect.
Maybe another thing is we also have a great website where everything is explained. We also have from everything technical data sheets, installation videos. We have DVG files, BIM files. So yeah, if you need something, everything is on our website. And otherwise, Ollie can help you, or you can give me a call.
Thank you, Aaron.
Normally you don't need to maintain it, but there are some products, for example for the bamboo, that's called Aquatron. If you apply it, it's good for the long term. Also, something you can get on thermo ash or oak decking is if you have a very green garden, there's some greening after time. And then we have products from Ribon monocoats. That's also 100% eco-friendly. And we advise to do it once a year. That's the only maintenance you can get.
Thank you. And thanks to everyone for coming. Much appreciated. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves. Cheers, mate. Enjoy your holiday now.
Yes.